It's Saturday at 2 p.m. Well, a couple minutes past 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sorry about that. We're a little late. But back at it. My AskAW live show is here live from the studio, from my studio. So back from Mexico. And Dorian's here to help MC and just kind of moderate all the questions so that we have a nice, easy flow to the video.
Keep it moving this time.
Keep it moving.
As opposed to the last time of you watching you read. That's a lot of fun. I love watching you read questions on live stream. So, all right, shall we get into it?
Yes.
While we let everyone kind of get in the chat.
So Dorian is actually taking questions right now from the last live AskAW video where we had everyone that didn't get their questions answered just leave their questions in the comment section of that video and we would get to it. Okay, so you ready to
Let's do it.
do this?
Do the first question.
All right.
Okay, so the first question is, Ashley, what colors would you recommend for someone?
Just doing this.
Would you you turn the volume up?
I'm just turning it up.
Okay. Which colors would you recommend to someone with a very brown complexion? And that is asked by Justin Case.
Okay, so if you have a very brown skin complexion, I actually think that's the best skin color to have because you can get away with a lot of different colors, especially brighter, bolder colors will look amazing on your skin. I would just stay away, I think, from, a color that matches your skin color that you don't want, but you can go anything from super light colors to other darker colors as well. But yeah, burgundies, greens, blues, even pinks and reds, all those colors look so great. So you really don't have to worry at all.
Okay, so really they can kind of wear anything. The only caveat is you don't want to wear
your skin color
in your shirt or things, basically.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, all right. Next question. This one was highly thumbs up.
Okay.
What do you think about suspenders?
Suspenders. I know I have some friends that wear suspenders. I don't see the point of it. I think it's more of an accessory that I think that when men wear suspenders, it's like because they want to, they like the fact, they like knowing that they're wearing it. But in terms of holding up your pants, which that's what suspenders are for, I mean, your pants should fit you properly, so just like you shouldn't need a belt to hold your pants up, you don't need suspenders to hold your pants up. So it's just an accessory for you and knowing that, oh, I've got this item, this accessory on that really no one can see, but I know about it.
Okay, so it's just like a personal preference.
Yeah, it's a personal preference.
So what about the guys, maybe you've seen it before, where the guys are like, they take their jacket off and they've got their little suspenders on and stuff like that? What do you think about that? Is it just a personal thing again? It's just like a little extra flair?
Yeah, if you really want to do that, I think it's unnecessary, and I personally would not recommend that to my clients. And some of my clients have wanted to wear suspenders, out on their own, and I always try to reel them back in and be like, no, that's just too much of a statement and a look that you don't need. And because I think a lot of men sometimes just want to feel different. And that's why you wear certain fashions, certain styles, is to feel different and to figure out who you are. But I just don't think it's something that needs to be put out there. But if that is your sense of style, if you kind of have that quirky, fun style where it's like you would wear it like a fun bow tie outside for no reason, I mean, then fine, like totally, like embrace that. I wouldn't say like don't do that at all. So
okay, just depends on the person.
Depends on the person. But as in, if you're a classic timeless guy, no.
Okay. Next question. You answered this and it was funny,
Okay.
but they never got back, so I'll ask it anyways because it was also had a lot of thumbs up. My question is about business cards. Any tip on the color, font, content, weight, style, and best way to carry them? Thanks in advance. So, as you said, this is from what I can tell, a reference to American Psycho. If you haven't seen the movie, amazing. Check it out. So do you have any, all right, what are your business card tips? You have business cards.
I do, which I rarely use actually, just because I feel like a lot of people hand them out and they don't really use them. So I am of the mindset where if I connect with someone, I'm always like, you know what? I take out my phone, I'm like, let me get your email. I'll email you with all my information. So then I already like have inputted it all like in my phone like immediately instead of waiting. But I always like just a very clean business card that is on the thicker side, because a thicker weight to your cards, it just it feels more luxurious, it feels more serious and less cheap, you know? So I always want to make sure that there's a little bit of weight, and I personally just like a nice clean white business card with black font. But you know, I've seen some amazingly creative cards out there that utilize color. So it just depends on your business and what you're trying to promote.
Yeah,
That's too personal. But at least the one thing I can definitively say, regardless of whatever kind of job or career you have or whatever you're trying to promote, have a nice thick weight. Invest in that.
Paperweight. Okay. When I was, well, I still am an entrepreneur, but when I was going out and like meeting a bunch of business associates and things like that, definitely a card says something about you. It's kind of like literally a calling card where someone will pick it up when they get back home or whatever, and they'll be like, oh yeah, and then that card will kind of leave an impression on them. So you definitely want your card to be in line with what you're trying to do or what you're trying to project. So if you're in like business, you know, you want something kind of simple but quality. If you're creative, you want something very creative. You know, it just depends basically. As far as all the little details, I mean, minutia kind of stuff. I don't want this video to be too long. So anyways, so let's go on to the next question that had a lot of thumbs up. Any creative thoughts on dressing NMDs, Ultra Boosts? They are definitely more challenging than a white sneaker. So do you have any thoughts on how to style those?
On Ultra Boost?
And NMDs.
Oh, well, actually, my brother just got these. We got them, my sister and I got them, some really cool Ultra Boosts for him for Christmas. And honestly, I just treat it like a white sneaker. So I always do it with, you know, some nice jeans, either like cuff the jeans so that a little bit of ankle showing.
And you want to show off the shoes.
Yeah, you want to show off the shoes. So you don't want even like, I would say a slight break is pushing it, but I always like either no break in the pant or, you know, you just cuff the jeans, or if you're wearing like chinos, you can cuff the chinos as well. And you just pair it with a t-shirt, throw in a bomber jacket if you want, but you really want to just keep everything, I would say, just very classic, because the shoes is what you want to have stand out. So I always just go with I tell my brother, like, go with it, like wear a dark wash pair of jeans or some black or charcoal jeans. Throw on, you know, a solid t-shirt, bomber jacket if you're cold or whatever, and just keep it simple like that. But,
okay. All right, let's see if we have anything else. Last question from the last AskAW that had some good amount of upvotes. What do you think about the Gear S3 watch? Is it acceptable to wear with a suit along with more casual attire? Or and then do you have any recommendations for straps or anything like that? So Gear S3, you know, it's a smartwatch. Yeah. So what do you think about that? I mean, you own an Apple Watch yourself.
I own an Apple Watch.
But would you recommend someone wear that as their dress watch if they change out the strap?
Not as your dress watch, because dress watches are traditionally, and I highly recommend, to be worn with either your sport coat or with a suit. Now, with your tech watches, I would say that those are things that are more casual. So that's like an everyday, like, you know, like you're going to work, you want to get your steps in, whatever, that they're usually teamed up with more casual outfits. So it's perfectly fine in my head. Like, I think it's perfectly acceptable to wear a smartwatch.
But in casual settings.
But in casual
less
outfits.
Formal.
Less formal outfits so wear them with less formal outfits. Once you start wearing, like throwing on a suit, you got to get a dress watch. I'm sorry.
So you can wear it with, don't wear it with a suit, but you wear it with a sport coat. And
yeah, you can wear it with a sport
anything
coat.
with sport coat down is what you're
saying.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, I agree. All right, so let's go into some of the live stream questions. We'll scroll back here for a minute and then go through those. But again, if you guys have any questions outside of the live stream, leave it in the comment section below so it can be answered in next week's video. All right, let's get into these ones.
Hey, London.
So there were some good ones I saw. Karush wanted to know navy or charcoal gray suit.
Charcoal first, then navy.
Yep.
But I love both.
Yep. Stan Smiths on a night out, good or bad idea?
Yeah, of course. I love a good Stan Smith. It's so stylish and it's a nice sporty vibe to your outfit.
Next question. Shantanu asked, why do you do what you do?
Because I love my job and I love menswear and I love connecting with people and showing them little things that they can do with their style and with themselves that can have a very big impact upon how other people view you, as well as just how you feel about yourself and how you carry yourself. So that's why I love what I do.
Yeah. Let's see. Tips on how to style a navy suit for a funeral?
Navy suit for a funeral, I mean, generally you want to wear charcoal, but if you are
Or
going to do,
black.
or black, but if you are going to do a navy suit, then just keep a white dress shirt on and I would honestly just go with a black tie.
Check out the tie.
Black or charcoal tie.
Check out your tie video for details.
Yeah.
Okay, suggestion for minimalist watches around $100 for a student.
Well, guess what? We did a whole watches story where we listed a bunch of watches that meet any budget, including your budget. So go check that out. Easily, just Google it. You'll see it. Go to AshleyWeston.com and you'll find it.
Yep. Opinion on vests. Should they be worn with or without a jacket? I don't know if this is the same guy. I believe we got an email about it once or twice, and then I think you mentioned there's a couple comments, so you wanted to address it anyway. So what's your opinion on vests?
Vests, okay. They sometimes look amazing on a man when worn on their own. So whether with, sometimes I've seen it with t-shirts, with dress shirts with the sleeves rolled up, either paired with jeans or trousers in the same pattern and color and fabric as the vest. So I've seen it done very well. I think vests look best though under a sport coat or underneath a suit. And then if you're getting hot, you want to take off your jacket, fine, take it off, roll up the sleeves. But just as a going outside, like this is my outfit, I only have a vest with whatever shirt on. I'm not a big fan of that. I think that you should have a jacket, and then so that you at least have the option of putting on your jacket or taking off your jacket.
Okay.
But yeah, not on their own.
A little weird.
Not weird. It's very rock and roll, cool, whatever. But I don't know. Sometimes it just comes off as very incomplete. Like the outfit looks very incomplete.
Okay. Thoughts on fedora hats?
Love fedora hats, but they're not for everyone. So that's why we haven't done a video about hats yet. It's just, that's a tough one. It's a tough one.
A lot of little minutia details to get into for that.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about t-shirts and sport coats together?
I love, especially when you want to dress down a sport coat and you don't want to do a dress shirt, do a t-shirt, pair it with either some wool trousers or some, dark wash jeans, throw on a sneaker or a boot or something like that. It looks so nice. I think that's a really, sport coats and are just, the reason why I love them so much is because it's very easy to dress it up with a dress shirt and tie or dress it completely down with a t-shirt.
Okay. And then what was the next question? That was a good one. Oh, someone asked what brand of water I was drinking. Good old Los Angeles tap
filtered
water. All right, let's see what else. There was another good question I saw. Wow, we're getting a lot of good questions. Thanks, guys, for all the questions.
Have a lot of questions. Thanks.
Okay. What occasion is it okay to wear a bow tie?
I personally only like bow ties when they're worn to black tie affairs. So that means a tuxedo look.
And opinion on Chelsea boots?
Chelsea boots, man, we get so
younger guys. It's a thing right now. So
I know.
I bet Tam Vu, you are a younger gentleman, probably in your 20s.
All right, Chelsea boots. Yes, I like a good Chelsea boot. It looks very sleek and streamlined, but it's for a very particular person and a particular build and for a particular age group. Generally skews a lot younger, slimmer guys look best in it. If you're a broader, bigger guy, not in the best of shape, it gets a little tough to wear them because you do have to have your pants super tapered towards the ankle so that it's almost lightly hugging your Chelsea boot. And that could be a problem sometimes because if you are a big guy that has a gut and you're now wearing these pants that narrow down to the ankle, it makes you look very top heavy.
Humpty Dumpty-ish.
Yes.
Yeah. So good for some guys, horrible for other guys.
Do you think long hair can work on a guy if they can pull it off?
Sure, anything can work on a guy if they can pull it off. Just depends on the guy, your lifestyle, etc. Right?
Yep, 100%.
Okay. And am I emceeing this, or are you going to take over?
I'm sorry. Well, hurry up and ask me a question.
I'm trying to find some. I'm looking for some good ones. There's a lot of good ones. So let's see. How to properly wear sweatshirts, what brands, have a whole video and article designed for that. Check it out, Fall Winter Essential Series.
Yeah, we did a whole thing about sweatshirts.
Yep. Are white shoes bad for big feet? No, because unless you've got, Sideshow Bob feet, no one's going to notice. You think you have big feet. No one else notices you have big feet. A lot of guys,
when they put on white sneakers, they think that their feet look too big. Don't think that way. You got to get out of that mind frame, that mindset. Like, no, it looks perfectly fine.
All right, let's see. How do I do my eyebrows? Oh, we're kind of working on stuff like that right now. Tanner asked that question.
How do you do your eyebrows? Oh.
No, how do I do my eyebrows is in Tanner. Tanner's
Yeah,
asking.
no, I know.
Yeah, you're not asking you.
Not me. No, I know that.
So we're working on the grooming series right now. So what did you and the rest of the gaggle of girls that you had surveyed say?
Well, we just said, look, the biggest thing is you want to make sure your eyebrow hairs aren't super long and scraggly and sticking out in a bunch of directions. So just make sure to have them trimmed, just so that it's, again, not long. And then if you do have a little bit of, a unibrow, like a little hair here, you just want to pluck it or have it wax a little bit, but don't shape your eyebrows. Like,
not like yours.
No, don't have like a female's eyebrow shape, please.
Okay, let's see. There was another good one I saw right below that.
You just gotta pick a question.
I'm trying. There's good ones. I want to get to all of them. Cardigans look good with a turtleneck.
With the turtleneck, yeah, they can look good, especially if you're layering and you throw in like a sport coat on top of that as well.
And someone again asked about turtlenecks. So general thoughts about turtlenecks.
Turtlenecks, okay, they're not for everyone, but especially if you live in a cold climate, you're gonna want to protect your neck. So turtlenecks will be a must. I like them with bomber jackets, with sport coats. I think it looks so sexy and very manly and like sophisticated. So I like a good turtleneck.
A couple questions about joggers. What are your thoughts on joggers? Speaking of, your NMDs and Ultra Boosts and stuff like that, joggers are great because they literally stop at your ankle and show off your shoe. So
yeah,
that's a good one. So how would you style joggers? They're
joggers,
casual, right?
Joggers are great for when you're running around town, doing errands. Also, like running through the airport, it's very comfortable to wear. So joggers just keep it simple. I mean, just throw on a t-shirt or a sweatshirt on top of that and you're good to go. So I hate when joggers are worn with sport coats because some people want to dress up joggers. No, it's an athletic piece of clothing. Treat it like that. T-shirts, sweatshirts, great. When you start pairing it with like, trying to dress it up, that's where I think
goes a little sideways.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Ooh, good question. So HTSNS paid $5. I keep forgetting that YouTube has this thing. So you can pay to have your question show up at the top, and we will 100% answer it because it's in our face. So we want to get it out of there. So he asked and paid for the question to be asked. So thank you very much for that. Not necessary, but we're very appreciative. Opinion on a distressed jeans look with a sport coat. What do you think about that?
Okay, so this means you're clearly asking, hey, like outside of maybe dark wash jeans, could I wear distressed jeans then or what other jeans could I wear with a sport coat? I'm not a fan of distressed jeans. I don't mind a light pair of jeans that maybe feel a little bit more worn in, has a little bit of whiskering, a little bit of fading that's, on the lighter side. That can be worn with a sport coat. I think that looks really great. Distressed jeans with a sport coat, it gives it's very much like Saint Laurent, where it's kind of like, a lot of rappers and R&B artists right now are sporting this look. And I think it's, unless that's your style, like you have that kind of urban flavor to your style, you should just, if you want to kind of dress down your sport coat, go with a lighter jean, like a light to medium blue jean that's like more worn in, but not super distressed, like with rips and holes and all of that. There's you can have a distressed jean without the rips in it, and that is going to look a heck of a lot better with a sport coat, especially if you cuff the jean a little bit, throw on like either a sneaker or a penny loafer. That's going to look so nice and put together.
Can you do a Chelsea boot with that?
Yeah, you can do a Chelsea boot if you have the jean slimmed down enough.
Yep. Okay. All right. Let's see. What do you think about moccasins for men?
Moccasins. Well, I mean, instead of moccasins, go with a nice either like suede driving shoe or a boat shoe. I mean, a moccasin to me is just, I think what you're asking is suede driving shoes. Go with the suede driving shoe. Love them.
Okay. Let's see. Generic clothing versus designer clothing? Mix and match?
Mix and match. I'm all about mixing and matching. There are certain pieces that you should always invest in, and then there's pieces like t-shirts, jeans, ties, all of that, where you can get it for a lot cheaper. So I always say invest in your suits, invest in your shirts, your dress shirts, as well as your shoes, especially your shoes. Like those are items you can invest in. But with t-shirts and polo shirts, those are gonna eventually have to be replaced like every couple months. So don't spend very much money on that.
Okay. What brand of affordable lace-up boots do you recommend? Whole video and article done completely about that. Check it out. It's part of the Fall Winter Essential series.
Yep.
So yeah, check it out. You'll get more than you're asking for. Trust me. All right. 55-year-old man, really fit. Do ripped jeans work?
No, but ripped jeans, I despise. I hate them. I mean, you see like little 16-year-old kids like wear those. No, don't wear them.
We get a lot of questions from older guys saying, I want to dress nicely, but I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard or I'm trying to dress too young. That is definitely falling into the dressing too young look.
Yeah,
right?
Go with some dark wash jeans or some nice gray jeans, or you can even go, if for the summertime, if you want to lighten it up, go with a nice like white jean or a light blue, that's worn in, that kind of look. You trying to wear ripped jeans at 55 is definitely going to alert people and give off the image that you're going through like a midlife crisis.
Ooh, this is a good one. Jeremiah asked, if someone isn't really flirting or showing romantic interest in you, is it still a good idea to ask them out?
Yes, actually, yes, 100%, because some girls are just really shy and it's hard for them to flirt with the opposite sex because maybe they're really nervous. So I always advise just ask them out, because you're gonna know real quick within like a minute, like actually within like 10 seconds, if they're interested or not. Because if they say no, then you already know, time to move on. But if they say yes, then maybe they were just a little shy to express like their feelings.
And you broke through.
Yeah.
Next question. What do you think of Louis Vuitton belts?
The monogrammed and the monogram belts, no. I mean, they have actually a lot of dress belts that are like, timeless classic dress belts, nice black, nice brown ones with, classic hardware. I am not a fan of Louis Vuitton printed monogrammed belts at all. So if you have any monogramming on that, no. Especially if the buckle has the LV, I think it's so tacky. That's like having a Gucci like belt as well. It's just like trying to scream to people that I got money.
But it works in reverse. It's like you're
it's
not
tacky.
Yeah, it's tacky.
Yeah.
Trying to show off with your like clothing and brands is very douchey.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Let's see. Can you wear brown shoes with a black leather jacket?
Brown shoes with, yes. I am all about mixing black and brown. I know some people are really weird about that.
Is it because the leather jacket is like literally higher up? It's not touching the shoes? So if you're wearing black pants with like light brown shoes or something, it would look a little weird?
I mean, I've seen it done actually very well. So it just depends what the rest, like what you're wearing, the other items that you're wearing. So if you're wearing like, especially if you have like a navy shirt on with a black jacket or some, dark wash jeans, that's when brown can really work, because brown and blue work really nicely. It doesn't matter if you have a black jacket on top. But if you're wearing like all black and you want to throw on a brown shoe, I think that's when I wouldn't really recommend that. I mean, I've seen it done where it looks very nice, but more often than not, it could be done wrong. So err on the side of, if you're wearing black, if you have like a blue item or some kind of other light colored item in your outfit, you can certainly wear a brown pair of shoes.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up here a little bit. Don't want to go too long. This could get long.
And we gotta film videos, guys, so that we have new content coming out next week.
Let's do 3 more questions.
All right.
Are you gonna have more guests from other YouTube channels on the channel soon?
Yes.
In the future?
Yes, I always love collaborating with other people, and I think it brings a really fun element to have like another person's, point of view, and I get to banter and play off of them. I think it's fun and invites new conversations to topics.
Oh, someone asked me a question. This was in reference to the 10 most ways to be attractive, but like in weird ways.
Quirky ways to be attractive.
What keycaps do I use on my mechanical keyboards? I'm a DSA profile guy. I'm excited about the new profile coming out. What is it? Not G20. It's like between DSA and G20. It's kind of flatter, GMX or something like that. But I love the granite set. I am a big fan of Dolce, DSA Dolce. And then I also just got Royal Navy. I'm so excited. Half of you don't even know what I'm talking about, but that guy probably does. And I'm a 40% kind of guy. I don't like full keyboards. Anyways.
Ed Sheeran best song? All of them, of course.
Was it cool styling Andy Samberg?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was cool. Well, but it was an E.T. themed shoot, so it was with Seth Meyers and Andy Samberg playing E.T.
Let's see. 2 more, and then we'll go.
All right.
Opinion on suit supply. We already answered this. Check out one of the other AskAW shows. Thoughts on Chris Brown style, Kanye West style? Thoughts on hip hop guys?
That's a very specific style.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't style my clients in that. I know I wouldn't recommend that to most men, but if you want to have that urban, style, then fine, go for it, embrace it. But that's
Great.
not what this channel is about.
Okay, last question. Suits with or without a belt?
Without a belt. Belt on a suit really draws other people's eyes towards the belt buckle, and it's very distracting, and I think that it interrupts an otherwise streamlined look. So I say go without a belt, and you can actually have, if your suit pants have belt loops, then you can actually have a tailor remove it, or just don't do anything, but it's very easy for a tailor to remove those belt loops so you don't have it. But no, definitely do not wear a belt with a suit.
Okay, last one. We'll do one more because he asked. Rasputin. All right, interesting. Current outfit is navy sweater, gray jeans, brown boots. How do you elevate this outfit to the next level?
So navy sweater, gray jeans.
Dress shirt underneath?
Dress shirt underneath. Also, you can add a sport coat. Boom, done.
Okay. All right, so that's it. That's all the
it.
time we have today. Got to get back to work.
Thanks to everyone for joining. I really appreciate it. Your questions were awesome. And if we did not get to your questions, please leave it in the comment section below. I'll get to it next time.
We'll try to. You can't make any
I know. We'll
guarantees.
try to get to it next time.
Get a lot of questions.
Get a lot of upvotes on it, likes, so that, because we're going to start with those first. But yeah, this was really great. So I will see you next time, next Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the next episode of AskAW. Who knows where we're going to be from that. The first one last week's was Mexico. This week's my studio.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get someplace fun. We'll see.
Absolutely want your question answered next time. It's a $5 tip, I think it is, part of YouTube thing or whatever. It works. We see it. It's like big blue right at the top. We can't miss it. So if you really, really, really want your question answered, go ahead and do that. But I wish you guys could see it's just like
I know.
this whole time. So we're doing what we can to answer questions. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy. And remember, leave your questions in the comments below. And we'll see you guys later.
New
Bye.
video coming out Monday. Mwah!
Bye.